Okay, hello ladies from ninth grade. Miss Elvira here with your history class again. Okay, we're going to move on to chapter 3. And in this chapter we will be talking about Europe. Remember last chapter was about Asia and this one is about Europe. We are going to begin with section 1, the birthplace of Western civilization. West of Asia, beyond Ural Mountains and the Caspian Sea, the continent of Europe reaches out like a giant peninsula to the Atlantic Ocean. History reminds us the importance of Europe as the birthplace of Western civilization. Okay, where is it located? Location. Europe is located in the northern hemisphere, directly west of Asia, and is a part of the greater landmass known as Eurasia. And like I mentioned before, the Ural Mountains, the Ural River, and the Caspian Sea form the eastern boundary of the continent. This boundary divides Russia, which is the world's largest country, and is located between Europe and Asia. Okay, now we're going to continue talking about the peninsulas. And the first peninsula we're going to mention is the Scandinavian Peninsula. Several large peninsulas stand from the main landmass of Europe. And the first one here projects outward between the Baltic and Norwegian Sea. Jutland. Directly south lies the peninsula of Denmark, or the Jutland Peninsula, between the North Sea and the Baltic. Okay, and now the other three peninsulas of Europe border the Mediterranean Sea. The Iberian Peninsula occupies the southwestern corner of Europe, where it guards the Strait of Gibraltar between the Atlantic and the Mediterranean. Then we have the Italian Peninsula. I'm guessing you already know this, but it's funny to mention it, that this peninsula has a shape of a boot, and it looks like it's kicking something. I don't know if you see it, but it has been mentioned before. Okay, the Italian peninsula is perhaps the most easily recognized, and it's because of the boot shape that I told you about. And it separates the Tyrrhenian and the Adriatic seas. To the east lies the triangular Balkan Peninsula. It's not like a perfect triangle, but it resembles a triangle, which divides the Adriatic and Ionian seas from the Black and the Aegean seas. Okay, we're going to move on to the Mediterranean Europe. It is spread across a large area from Aegean Sea in the east and the Atlantic Ocean to the west. Okay, the first country we're going to mention is Greece. And I am going to mention only like important facts about each of these countries. For instance, Greece, we have Crete, the large Greek island. It lies south of the mainland in the Mediterranean Sea. And another important fact about Greece is the high peak of Mount Olympus. And Mount Olympus, it was, I guess, the Greek people used to think that this location where the Olympus is, where you could find all the gods that they believed in. I don't know if you have heard about Homer, but Homer was a very important poet during this time. And he wrote a lot of poems where he included these gods that he thought were real, but actually they were fictional. But important, like intelligent people knew they were fictional, but some people didn't. They believed everything they read in these poems. And one of these gods that he mentioned in his poems was Zeus. Another one was Apollo, Poseidon, and Artemis. And like the Egyptians and other empires, they all of their gods resemble, or they had I guess you could say associated with powers of nature. For instance, the sun, the sea, and the moon. Now, the next country we have is Italy. Okay, in Italy, from the time of Christ to the Protestant Reformation in the early 16th century, Italy held an important position in Europe and the Mediterranean world, first under the mighty Roman Empire and later under the Roman Catholic Church. It is located mostly on the boot-shaped Italian peninsula. The modern nation of Italy is separated from the Central Europe by Alps and something important, that the Po River. The Po River Valley stretches across northern Italy between the Alps and the Apennines. Something very important too that we can find in the borders of Italy is two tiny countries, the Vatican City and the San Marino. Both are located within the borders of Italy. Another important country, Spain. Spain's history as a nation began in the late 1400s with the marriage of Isabella of Castile and Ferdinand of Aragon, the monarchs of the region's two leading kingdoms. Together they united the country, drove out the Muslims from North Africa, and made Spain a great military and colonial power. Today, Spain is the largest of the Mediterranean countries, occupying over 80% of the Iberian Peninsula as well as the Balearic Islands east of the mainland. Portugal. Okay, between Spain and the Atlantic lies the small rectangular country of Portugal, mainland Europe's westernmost nation. Okay, now you have 5 questions which you have to answer. You're going to write them down on your notebook and write the answer. After you finish, you take a picture and send it to my WhatsApp. Okay, the first one says, what European country stretches from Eastern Europe to the Pacific Ocean? Name Europe's 5 main peninsulas. Where is the Po River located? What city is the capital of Italy and the home of the Vatican City? Name the monarchs who united Spain and made it a powerful nation. Okay, after you finish answering these 5 questions, you will have to answer a worksheet that I'm going to send you. You're going to copy everything on your notebook as well, and then take the picture and send it to my WhatsApp. That's it for now. See you next time.